Hi, welcome to my channel. So today what I'm going to do is that I'm going to answer the question once and for all. How exactly should you set up your payment settings on Facebook for Facebook advertisement? Right? This is something that gives a whole lot of people headache. And the thing about setting up your payment settings is that for each ads account, you can only do it once. So you get it wrong, you're going to have to live with it. You're going to have to stick with it for as long as Facebook allows you to maintain that ads account until you exceed the particular limits that your business account is given. Then you can create a different ads account and then implement the changes that you want, right? But going online, people are going to give you all sorts of too much stuff to think of. They're going to tell you that you should use dollar card, you should use naira card, you should do this, you should do that. All those things come later on. First and foremost, it's important for us to understand how exactly this thing works. So in Facebook, for Facebook payment settings, there are two ways you can pay for Facebook. First is the automatic payment, and the second is the manual payment, right? The automatic payments basically means this, right? Say you want to run advertisement for a total period of 30 days, right? And for the advertisement, you want Facebook to charge you, you're willing to pay Facebook only 1,000 naira. We're using naira as my local currency right now, but you can change it up to your local currency, or just use dollar. It doesn't matter, right? The principle is the same thing, right? But let's use the naira, which is my local currency, because it's easier for me to explain that to you. So say for a period of 30 days, you want to be giving Facebook say 1,000 naira each day to put your ads in front of people. Now, I don't recommend using 1,000 naira. I actually do recommend starting from 3,000 naira above, right? But you can go just a little below that. If you don't have that much of a budget, it's fine, right? So let's just say it's 1,000 naira, right, per day. That's how much you're willing to give Facebook to put your ads in front of your potential customers, right? So and then you then know that over a period of 30 days, basically Facebook is going to charge you that 1,000 naira multiplied by 30 days, that's 30,000 naira. But I do recommend you set aside between 35 to 37,000 naira. Why? When Facebook figures out, or when the algorithm sees that extending its reach to get more persons, right, on a daily basis would exceed how much you're giving them, they might eat a bit into or bit away from what you set for them, right? Take for instance, they might at the end of 24 hours, they might have spent a bit over 1,000, maybe 1,150, 1,200, right? If that's the case, it's not a problem whatsoever, right? It's usually plus or minus 1,000 in that case, but it's usually plus, right? So for automatic payments, right, how that works is that at the end of every 24 hours, Facebook will bill your account, will bill your bank account, your debit card that you used in opening that payment settings, in adding a payment method, right? They're going to bill you, right? Now, most people don't like that because you then find that over the period of that 30 days, you will be sent debit alert on a daily basis. So for some people, it messes with your head to be receiving a debit alert of 1,000 to you, 1,000, 1,000, 150 on a daily basis, right? Most people don't like that. Now, the second method or setting is your manual payments. Now, how manual payments works is this, right? You over that period of 30 days, you already know it's going to cost you 30k, right? But as I advised, set aside 35, 37, between 35 to 37. So let's say it's 37k, right? So what I'm going to do if I'm using a manual payment method is say, okay, Facebook, I'm going to run this ad for a period of 30 days, right? So here, take my 37,000 naira, right? So you're depositing 37,000 naira to Facebook. Let's call it your Facebook wallet. So that money is initially leaving your bank account and going to Facebook. You can't get it back. You can't, right? So it leaves your bank account and goes to Facebook. That's why I recommend doing this maybe like on a 7-day period, 14-day period, or 30 days, maximum 30 days. Please don't try and do this for a year, if you plan on running ads for a year and all that, you might run into problems and all that kind of stuff. You don't want that. Subsequently, as the ad is going on, Facebook is billing my Facebook wallet, right? I've already funded that wallet, right? So that's basically how it works. You can choose automatic payments, you can choose manual payments. It's all dependent on your preference. But now that we've gotten that basics out of the way, right, let's go deep into how to set this thing up physically, right? So you first you land on a page like this, right? So whichever one that it is, our destination is actually to get to payment settings. So you can get to business settings, which is a page like this, right? So you click on once you get to a business settings, either business settings or ads manager, it doesn't matter, right? So we get to business settings, we click on ads manager. Once we click on ads manager, we wait for it to load, right? It doesn't matter where you land, right? So if it's your business settings, find your ads manager. If it's your ads manager, that's perfectly fine. If you see a place like, okay, once you get to your ads manager like this, you click on this all tools, and then you locate your billings. Now take note, right? The green, the blue, this ads manager must have to be on blue, so you are sure that you are an ads manager proper, right? So once you click on the on the all tools, you scroll down to billings and click on billings, right? It brings you to a page like this, and then you click on payment settings, right? Our destination is payment settings. Now, if you actually see something like this, that this Naira sign is not a problem, we'll still set it up. This is just by default. It's tracking my location. It knows I'm in Nigeria and all that, blah, blah, blah. We can still change everything, right? So once you click on payment settings, you get to a page like this. So all you have to do at this point, right, is once you land on a page like this, you click on add payment method. So now this is where the magic happens. So you're given an option, location and currency and time zone, right? So leave the time zone to your time zone, leave the country as your country. But this currency is actually if the first step to what we're trying to set out. Now, a lot of people are going to tell you to use dollar or your local currency. For myself, it's Nigeria Naira. It doesn't matter which one you use. The only thing it's going to do is just going to change the sign that shows up in your ad. Sign that shows up everywhere is just going to show you either dollar or Naira. It really doesn't matter, right? It's just a question of which one is preferable to you, right? It doesn't really have that much effect, right, on your payment method, whether it's automatic or manual. Just choose whichever one you want to choose. You want to be billed in dollar equivalent, right? It's still going to convert to your local currency and deduct you. Now that we've set that up, right, let's go on ahead and choose Naira, right? It doesn't matter. I want to choose Naira. So I choose Naira, click on save. So we land on a step two, that's like this. Now this is where the actual complication occurs, right? This is the point where people make the most mistake, and then they say that they don't like what they're getting, and they would like to change how they pay and all those kind of things, right? So this very first one that says debit or credit, Visa logo, MasterCard logo, American Express logo, this particular first option is for automatic payments, right? Is for automatic payments. Now the second one is for manual payments, right? The first one means that Facebook will be billing you on a daily basis or at the end of the month, dependent on how you set up your payment, like dependent on how you set up your ad, right? So if it's something that it's say you like the analogy I gave you, right, 1,000 naira per day, at the end of every 24 hours Facebook will bill you plus or minus 1,000 naira directly straight from any particular debit card that you used. So any debit card that particular any bank account that debit card is linked to will be billed at the end of 24 hours for as long as your advertisement is on, right? Most people don't like that, but that's your first option. Now for your option 2, which is this that says Naira payment with Mastercard/Visa, pay you, right? Now this is the option to pick if you want manual payments, right? Remember, there is two: automatic and manual. Automatic is the first one, I've already explained it. Now the second one is this manual, right? We want to deposit, each time we want to run an advertisement, we want to deposit a specific amount to Facebook and say, hey Facebook, hold this is my ad budget for a period of 7 days. If it exhausts, stop my advertisement, right? That's what Facebook will do. If you exhaust that particular amount, your advertisement will automatically stop. Once we're done with that, we click on next, right? Once we're done, once we click on next, we put in the amount that we want to deposit immediately, right? Facebook is going to, they're quick about their money, right? So they want you to get it, start hurrying up as quickly as possible and fund your wallet. So you set up the amount you want to deposit initially. I'd usually go for something small, right? And then you click on next, then you get to this page, right? So this is basically, once you click on this continue, a page like this pops up. So we can see that we're paying to Facebook from PayU, amount due 35,000. Here you put in your card number, card holder number, expiry date, year, the amount, cancel. So once you click on this pay button down below with the amount that you want to pay, once you click on that pay, it's going to automatically redirect you to a different page. All these processes are really simple and straightforward, right? Now, I'm not going to do that in this video, right? But it's just really downhill from there, right? The process is very simple. It's just similar to the kind of things you do in the checkout when you're buying things from all these e-commerce platforms, right? Jumia, Konga, Amazon, eBay, AliExpress, Alibaba, all those kind of places, right? The checkout process is that simple and straightforward. So a recap is very important, right? There are two means of payment: automatic payment and manual payment method. Automatic means you're being billed at the end of every single 24 hours, right? For as long as your ad is on. Now, manual payments means you calculate the amount you want to give Facebook, even if it's not up to that 30 days, it could be 7 days. Just punch your calculator and deposit a significant amount of money to your Facebook wallet, which is non-refundable, right? And then from there, Facebook is going to be deducting those daily ad spends without sending you a debit message every single 24 hours, which really messes with somebody's head, right? But if you want that, say for instance you're not running advertisements often, right? It's just something you do once in a while and all those kind of things, and you don't really spend that much, it's fine. You can go for automatic payments, right? It then means that instead of using that pay you option, right, the second option that we saw, what you're going to use is the first option. Here, let me show you. So here it is, right? The first one, once you get to this, after you set up your currency, right, and location, you land here. The first one is the manual, right? Sorry, the first one is the automatic payment, right? The second one, which is this Naira payment with Mastercard/Visa, is the manual payment method. Supposing that we're using our local currency, which is this, right? This is our local currency. Now, you'll forgive me if I can't go back, because literally I can't go back with this particular account and change that from my local currency, the currency I was using, from my local currency to dollar, right? Because he told us it can only be changed once, and I've already configured that for this particular ads account, so I can't go back, right? I've not added in my payment information yet, but literally I can't go back. I can't. That was the step one. So you see, each time I click on payment, add payment method, I'm redirected to this particular add payment information, which is the step two, right? They're no longer asking me to choose my region, currency, and all those kind of things. No, that was the step one. You set it up only once, and this one you can set up subsequently. And mind you, right, this also is very important even here. Once you set up anything right here, right now, right, that becomes how you continually pay. So should you set this up as automatic, right, subsequently you will not be given the option of this manual payment again, which is this Naira payment with MasterCard flat Visa. No, you will not, right? So, and also if you set it up as this Naira payment with Visa, subsequently you will not be given the option one, right? So it's important that you understand how this thing works for you to be able to make the best decision as to how to set up your payment settings. So that's it. That's all. That's what you need to know, right? So listen, if for any reason whatsoever, right, maybe this video was too fast for you or you didn't get anything quite clearly, go back, rewatch the video, make sure that you understand what decision you really want to make before you make them, right? Understand exactly what decision you want to make, whether you want to opt in for the automatic payments or the manual payments. Watch the video over and over again if you have to really understand how to go about it, and give this video a like if you actually like this content. Why? I would have asked you to share it, but you and I both know you might not be so willing to share it, but just give it a like, right? So that other people like you who would actually like this kind of content, who might find this useful, the YouTube algorithm will help put this video in front of them, right? Recommend this video for them so that they can watch and then be able to overcome this challenge of how to set up these Facebook payment settings. All right, so if you like this kind of content, also consider subscribing to the channel, as I put out content like this for free out there, so that you can do some of these things that usually racks up your head, right? You can do them easily. I've already made the majority of these mistakes myself, right? So the idea is to prevent you from making them yourself, right? So consider subscribing to this channel. I'll be releasing multiple videos like this and other videos related to running advertisement, sales and marketing, etc., right? So click the subscribe button. As soon as my next video drops, you'll be the first to know. Oh, and one more thing. Should you actually go through this, right, and find that I missed something that was very important that you think I should have covered, or you try this, perhaps the Facebook interface has changed depending on when you saw this video, and for some reason you still couldn't overcome that particular challenge, feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section. I'll be sure to reply you as quickly as possible.